Wayo. I don't know if you can see the whole words. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. So, well, welcome. I'm gonna knit and stuff. I feel like this isn't the first real knitting adventure. Because the other one was just me winding the ball. I'm very excited to have 9 followers. I hope somebody joins me so they can tell me whether my sound is good. Well, we don't need a Christmas song yet. Okay. All right, let's get to this. I'm so scared to do this. I haven't knitted in 20 years. And every time I bump the table, it's going to bump the camera. And that's fine. Whatever. I'm not professional. I am knitting this pattern. Let's see if I can. Oops, I got to lower it. Here we go. It is a blanket knitting pattern. It's called Take a Sunrise. And the original pattern is in orange. That's why it's called Sunrise. But it's got this really cool border. And it's got these really cool like texture areas in there. And it was under the simple, like easy patterns for me to get back in. So I got this teal yarn, which looks blue, but it's actually teal, I promise, in honor of my teal giraffeness. And I'm using worsted wool or worsted yarn, and it is this brand. This Loops and Threads, and it is a medium number 4 because that's what the pattern called for. So let's make a blanket. All right, I already marked up this page. I bought they only had 5 like skeins of it, so I bought 5 and I added them up, and it has enough supposedly to make a large blanket. And I tend to knit tightly, so at least I used to. So I'm using circular 8 needles, and yeah, I don't have any stitch markers. So when we get to that part, maybe I'll have to go get some stitch markers before I can continue, but maybe we won't get to that today, and I will be able to have time to go get some stitch markers. I'll go to Michael's or something. So I'm gonna put 154 stitches on this needle. And here's I have these screw-on needles, so that's kind of cool. I've never had this kind of needle before. So I used to be able to figure out how long the tail should be, but it's been so long, I'm just going to have to guess how long I'm going to make the tail so that I can cast on 154 stitches. So I'm going to make it pretty long and hope for the best. So of course you start with a slip knot. Everything starts with a slip knot. And so I'm going to do this. If I can remember how to do this. Oh my goodness. It's been 20 years, so please forgive me if I'm like super slow with this. Okay. I think it's coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now.
was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard.
So hopefully,
Down below me, bully boys blow. Soon may the weatherman
I like this song.
bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and
Feel free to chat with me if you're lurking. I promise I'll be friendly.
take our leave and go. Before the boat had
My
hit
goodness,
the
I don't even
water,
know if
the
I'm doing
whale
anything
squall
right, but
came
that's
up
okay.
and caught her. All hands to the side, our
I will
boat
look it
had
up
fought
later.
her when she dived down low.
I'm a fly by the seat of
Soon
my
may
pants
the
kind of
weatherman
person, so
come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done,
this
we'll
kind of
take
looks
our
okay.
leave and
Maybe
go.
ish.
No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. Our boats were lost, there were only 4, and still that whale did go. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day
Oh my
when the
god, I
tonguing
don't
is
even know if
done,
this
we'll
looks even
take
halfway
our
decent.
leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still
Maybe
on.
halfway
The
decent.
line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The weatherman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon
Ah,
may the
okay.
weatherman come to bring
Get
us
some
sugar
more.
and tea and rum. One day when the
Get some
tonguing is
tail.
done,
We're gonna
we'll
get some
take our
tail.
leave and go. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Ah, hold on. I don't even know how many stitches I have on right now. This is funny. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. Making some progress. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. The good news is that on my sample recordings, I couldn't hear my dogs barking up a storm in the background, so that was good. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40. Okay. So 40 and I can go some yarn. I don't think I'm going to have enough of a tail. It's okay. I'll just rip it back out and start over again. This is what learning is about. 2, 4, 9, 50. No way I have enough, but I'm gonna keep trying. One, 2, 53, 54, 55, 6.
Take a run at that. I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me.
60. There's no way. There's no way. I gotta call it. I'm gonna call it right now. There's no way. I gotta. There's no way. No way. I've already decided I don't have enough. Okay, so we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again, and that's okay. For not having knitted in 20 years, that wasn't the answer. I'm surprised I remember how to cast on. Okay, so where is the slip knot? Okay, there's the slip knot. So that was basically 1/3 of what I needed. So if I triple it, I should have enough for the cast on. All right, and I'm gonna add a little more than that. Okay, so we're gonna start again with the slip knot. And now I know a little more about what I'm doing. So I'm very excited about that. At least I'm going to be a little more consistent.
Every night's a gamble. Even when I turn off all the lights, all I see are puzzles, yeah. I'd rather be dreaming, floating while sleeping, to islands in the sky. I need you to fly me away.
Oh, I don't think that was a real stitch.
7 different ways of fighting off the storm we've been sleeping on.
Okay, there we go.
Plant a seed, burn it down, make it freeze. Drown it, then we shock it till we bring it to its knees. Heaven blowing on my dice.
Hello to any lurkers. You're welcome to my channel too.
Maybe I'm alright. I'd rather be dreaming, floating while sleeping, to islands in the sky. I need you to fly me away tonight.
So we're just casting on now. funny, on my computer, I can see it in real time because I'm looking through OBS. But then I look on the actual stream and it's like delayed, and it's so weird because it's like my hands on the stream aren't doing the same thing as my hands in real life. So I have to keep reminding myself to look at the OBS part, not the stream, because I'll confuse myself.
Islands in the sky. I need you to fly me away. Please fly me away. Won't you just fly me away tonight?
These are becoming way too tight because I'm putting them on the end. Okay. Put them like more in the middle.
I was bleeding, nothing to believe in, leaving all my pressure and mistakes. Wanted better, nothing to remember, so I'm freeing up my brain. Take me flying, bring me the horizon, float above the world that I'll erase. Wipe it clean and feed me dopamine, 'cause I don't wanna feel my face. 'Cause I need love, breathing in the heat of rolling to the beat. I want it in my chest.
What do we got here? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 6, 28, 30, 32, 34, 38, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. All right. Let's see. I'll put the stitch marker at 100, so I don't have to keep counting at 100. And I'll double super check later. Can I use that as a stitch marker? No, not really. Darn it. There's nothing I can really use as a stitch marker. I don't have like a circle-y thing. Huh. Bummer, dude. What if I... Yeah, I guess I'll just have to start counting from here on in. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 110, I think. I might have lost count already. So silly. Two. Four. 6. This sounds like we don't talk about Bruno. From Encanto. 8. So that's 120. 2. 4. 6. 8. 130. Ooh, we're starting to get all bound up. Slightly knotted. Okay. 2. 4. 6. 8. 140. Okay. 2. 4. 6. 8. 150. Oh, and I have way too much tail. Of course. But we're not ripping again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should be 154. So we are going to count definitively. Ooh, crazy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 284, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4. Ah, I did it right. Oh my goodness. 154. Cast on for my first baby blanket after 20 years of knitting. Look at me. Woohoo! Go team. All right. Now I'm going to have to do something with this huge tail. Do I cut it? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't think I want to cut it. I just want to like tie it up somehow so that I don't get it mixed up with the real tail. Here's what I used to do. That is quite a tail. It's weird that I remember what I used to do with these tails. All right, there's my tail. All right. Fantastic. Oh my god. I'm knitting! This is so weird. And I don't have you to talk to right now because nobody's on chatting with me, but that is okay. I am not faulting anyone because I am brand newsville. Okay, so I usually knit like this, where I put it on my left hand and I grab it like that. So, okay, so the first thing is work back and forth to accumulate large number of stitch. Okay, for bottom border, middle section, and top border. Okay, rows 1, 3. Okay, so odd rows, knit 1, purl 1 across the row, and even rows, knit 1, purl, or purl 1, knit 1 across the row. So if I purled, I will knit, and if I knitted, I will purl. Okay. And let me just double check the picture. Kind of looks like, oh, it does. Okay. Oh, I know. They're doing something weird. Okay. So bottom border, okay, so there's only 16 rows I'm going to do this with. Okay. So rows 17 and 19, I'm gonna knit one purl one. It just doesn't seem like it looks like that many rows. But oh well, we're gonna go with it. As long as we screw it up consistently, it'll look like we did it on purpose. Okay. So knit. Purl. Knit. This will get easier on subsequent rows. That first row is always a pain in the ass. I remember that part. These needles are sharp. That's not I'm much more interesting when there's people chatting with me, because we work off each other. But I kind of don't know what to say when I'm not chatting with somebody. I mean, I could tell you about me, but I just do too much, is what it is. I have a main job where I get my benefits from. And that's, well, they call it full time, but it's really, I get my stuff done by like 10 in the morning. And then I have another job where I do the books for this guy on the West Coast. Because I work in finance. And that's kind of been my spare time. And then there's another guy who gives tours around my city on the East Coast, Southeast, and I do the books for him, but that takes 2 seconds. And I just today interviewed for another job that is quote unquote full time, but I doubt I'll have to use all of my time for them too, because I get really super organized and then I get all my work done. But I think that's my limit. This last one, if I get that one, that will be my limit. I'm not going to like keep adding more jobs, because I mean, it could get ridiculous. So the West Coast guy, the touring guy, and this job that I interviewed for today, they all know that I do other jobs. But my main job, which is a state-run facility, doesn't know that I'm doing these side hustles, and then also I'm streaming, and also I'm doing all this other crap. Because I feel like I know the culture enough after working there 15 years. Pretty sure they would start finding fault in my work. But if they don't know and they don't find fault in my work, then no harm, no foul is how I feel about that. Because I've asked them repeatedly, am I doing everything you want me to do? Yes. Am I doing it to your satisfaction? Yes. Is there anything else you want me to start doing? No. Well, all right then. Then I'm going to continue to live my life on my terms. I screwed up somewhere. Oh, wait, no. Well, yes, I did, because I have an odd number left, and I'm on knit. That's not good. Oh, well. So it'll be a challenge for people to find the screw up. Well, why don't I just purl the last one? Okay. Well, it is what it is. If it was perfect, it wouldn't be me. Okay. I think I did 2 pearls somewhere or 2 knits somewhere at some point. So that was row 1. Row 2, I'm going to start with purl. It's going to look stripy at first, which is a problem, but whatever. You know what? It's my first time back, and I'm going to forgive myself. Hopefully it happened near the end. Pronet, 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 Pronet. Wait a minute. Pronet, 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 Pearl. Net. right, row 2. I think there's too many stitches. I think that's what's going on here. I need to count them again. 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 4 times 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 6, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54. There is too many stitches. I'm going to do the last 2. Actually, we got to stick to the knitting and purling at the ribbing thingy. Okay, so whatever we do now, we got to reduce it 1 stitch. Okay. I think I'll do it on the other end. So we're on row 3, knit 1, purl 1. I think that was the problem the whole time. Yeah, all the purls are purls and all the knits are knits. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. Yeah, those are... Okay. Whatever. So the last 2, I'm going to combine. And then, no harm, no foul. Tee hee hee. That's so funny. I counted it a billion times. And then I probably created a stitch I didn't need to create, which is fine. So it looks ribbed. No problem. Ribbed for her pleasure. Remember, I don't know if condoms still have that because I don't use them, but used to have ribbed for her pleasure. Oops, I'm not even on camera. Silly me. Sorry about that. unless they dip into the archives and see that I did that. So that was 3. These things come unscrewed pretty easily. Not sure I like that. Is there a way to keep them screwed in? I guess I gotta keep checking them. And we're back to rock and roll. So, purl one, knit one. Boom. I'm not sure that's right. Let's purl, knit, purl. I'm not sure I just did the right thing just now. This is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. I feel like I need to count these again because maybe I counted wrong the second time. And if I did, I will put those 2 stitches back. Okay. This is driving me nuts, which of course is a short trip. 2, 4, 6. have a problem with that. You know what? I'm gonna start over. I really am. I'm gonna start all the way over. Don't try to stop me because I want this to be right because we're going to auction this off. That's what I want to do is I want to auction these off for and then part of the proceeds are going to go to charity. So, first of all, I don't want this long of a tail. So I'm going to make the tail less long as well. That, and this doesn't bother me at all, really, because it's 20 years, and after 20 years, I'm bound to screw something up, especially my first thing. So, that's the tail, so I gotta rip from the other end, silly me. Okay. And we're ripping, and it's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the same cast on I did before. I'm going to do the really simple one where you just do like the little loopy things and they don't become stitches to the second row. Whoops. I just bumped into my camera. Silly me. And that way I don't have to worry about the tail because the whole thing is going from one end to the other end. So the tail starts out and ends up as long as I make it. So that's that. Boom. Isn't that pretty now? So I'm going to cast on a different way. You saw me cast on with where I make a stitch for each cast on. Now I'm just going to cast on and I'm going to do it the so this I'm only going to have a tail like this long. That way I can function a little better. So here we go. And then it's easier to count. I'll show you what I mean. So this is the tail, right? So we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35. 40. 45. 50. 55. 60. 65. 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, back to symphony music, 95, 100. Okay, so that's 100. So we're doing 154. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 20, 25, 30. And I know it looks like I'm putting on more than I am counting, but sometimes I miss it. 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Okay, so that should be 154. Now we can cook them with Crisco. And we have a normal size tail. Woo! So we're going to start with knit pearls. Ugh, I keep going off camera, sorry. there, I'm happy to say actual words to you. And if not, that's okay too. Just keep on lurking. All right, we're almost to the end of row 1. So exciting. I keep falling off the camera. I gotta get my setup better. That's what being a beginner is all about. Oh, bang the camera again. I'm banging on cameras. At least I'm not banging on camera. That's a totally different type of website that I will not be joining. And I'm pretty sure nobody wants me to join that one. And if they do, keep it to yourself. Because it ain't gonna happen. Alright, we are very close to the end of row 1 again. After a small glitch involving Swiss cheese for brains and my little giraffe head. But one day, I'll know what I'm doing again. How about if I do one at a time? There we go. Almost done. Almost done. Here we go. And we can really figure this out. And I am going to count one more time because I'm paranoid now. Which reminds me of a joke I made up in middle school. If you're annoyed and you add annoyed, are you paranoid? Ba-dum-bum. And you may ask, why does a middle schooler know the word adenoid? Well, that's because my parents were in the medical field, are in the medical field. Well, they were in the medical field. They're both retired now. Well, one's dead. But, yeah, one's a doctor, one's a nurse. And, so, that's how I know about the term adenoid. Which I believe is a gland in your neck, but I don't know, it could be in your crotch. Whatever. Right, we are almost to a good counting point. Again, we went from classical music back to rock and roll. At least it ended on a pearl, which tells me it's an even number of stitches, which tells me most likely it's the right number of stitches. But that's row 1. Where's my pen? Okay, so row 1, we're gonna finish the X. Okay. And we're gonna count again because we, meaning the royal we, meaning me, are paranoid. Okay. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 6, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 6, 58, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. Twenty, 30, 32, 36. No, that's not. That can't be right. Oh my god. Driving me nuts. Woo! Crazy. It's a good thing I'm the only viewer. Okay, 54. Thank goodness. Oh, I'm about to shoot somebody in the face with a bazooka. But not for real. Okay, 54. And we've done row 1, which was knit 1, purl 1. Now we're doing row 2, which is purl 1, knit 1. So what would have been knit on this side is going to now be purl. And that's what's going to give us that, like, almost like pilling pattern. I thought I wasn't doing it right because it shouldn't have been ribbing because it didn't look like ribbing. I used to know how to play this on the piano, by the way. It was one of the first songs I learned when I got semi good at the piano. But this is not me playing. This is somebody really good playing. And I haven't played the piano in so long. That would be a disaster. Thought this sounded like a cute song, so I'd include it in the mix. What is going on with this stitch? I'm not sure. So we're just going to move on.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would
I feel like I've heard this song on the radio, but I couldn't have because it's not licensed.
I struggled every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago. Way back a year ago.
This almost sounds like a movie soundtrack. Like the years haven't been good to her, but they haven't been good to him either. And they finally meet back up after 30 years of not seeing each other and not knowing whether the other one still cared. And when they saw each other, it was as if not a day went by. Blah, blah, blah. Can you tell I've seen too many rom-coms? Like way too many I'm like a rom-com junkie. And thank goodness I ended on a knit on this row, because I would have been sad if I screwed it up again. Okay, so, which I can't really call it a screw up if you learn some things. So I'm going to go ahead and stop doing that. Stop calling it a screw up, because it ain't a screw up. It's a learning opportunity. All right. So now it's gonna, all right, so that looks more like what I was expecting it to look like. Okay. And as we do more rows, it'll be good. So now we're gonna go back to knit purl. another hot flash. Super fun. It's a good thing you can't tell by my hands that I'm having a hot flash. It's so crazy. I could drink some water. There we go. Replenish the sweat. It's like, what am I working out? No. I on purpose don't work out so I don't sweat like this. All I have to do is be sitting here and I'm gonna sweat like this. OMG. He's crazy. Sweating to the oldies. Now, songs like this that repeat and repeat and repeat the same thing, sometimes I get annoyed by them. But I'm going to give this one a chance to redeem itself by changing up its recipe. And if it doesn't, I'm going to start reducing my list. Because unless I'm like concentrate on something. There we go. I guess it's short enough I can handle it. This kind of reminds me of one of those general rooms in VR chat. See, this one changes it up enough that it doesn't start driving me up a wall. Oof, I am sweating my balls off. This is why I'm female, because I don't have any balls, because I sweated them off. This is so weird. Literally, I'm just sitting and knitting. And I'm sweating as if I'm climbing a mountain or something. So freaking weird. Okay, there is a hair. Probably one of mine. I shed a lot. And I'm wearing contact lenses and old lady glasses because I'm an old lady. I'm a middle-aged lady. I'm not an old lady. I know I sound like a very young lady. I also look like a very young lady. People mistake me for in my 30s and I'm in my 50s, which feels good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But my hair is not blonde, it's gray. But from across the room, people sometimes mistake it for blonde, which is the funniest thing because I've always been a brunette. But really, I'm teal. And I'm a giraffe, so I don't worry about any of that stuff. Okay. Done with number 3. Okay, now I'm going to do, for the first time, row 4. Let's see how this is looking so far. So far, it's looking exactly how it should look. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. And I have been streaming for 2 hours and 3 minutes. So I'm going to do one more row, and then I will say goodnight. Because it's possible that people want to get a hold of me. You never know. There's actually 2 notifications from Twitch. Management. Okay, and then, oh, somebody else is live. So I'll raid their channel with my 0 people that are watching. Or maybe they'll raid my channel. That'd be funny. If I'm getting ready to stop and they raid my channel, I'm definitely not going to stop for a while. And I'm just double checking emails. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Everything is good on the home front. Did I just shake my camera again? That's so silly. Okay. Last row for the evening, unless I get raided. I would be so excited to get raided. But I'm not expecting it. Okay, so purl knit, purl knit, purl knit. Okay, so this is the purl knit. The first stitch is always the hardest, especially when you're going against the grain. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I was kind of off camera. Nothing you haven't already been watching for the last 3 rows. Really and truly. See, now it's really starting to look like that pill pattern. That's what I like about the fourth row. Not to mention that 4 is my favorite number, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I have 2 of them at the end of my name. Oops. You hate it when you catch a piece of one and then can't really pull it through. I just hate that! No, I'm just kidding. You just back out and try again. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I like that this song has different languages in it. I have no idea if this is like K-pop or what, but then it goes back to English and then it goes back to whatever this is, and then I like it. That always makes me think I can speak the other language or at least understand it for part of the song. I just love songs that make me delusional. So I am going to finish this row, and then I'm going to pop on someone else's stream for a minute, and I'll tell you whose as soon as I'm done with this row and make sure that they're still live. Oops, I'm behind the tie. Didn't mean to be. Don't you hate it when you knit behind a bow tie? Who would ever say that sentence? Just me. Because only I would put a bow tie on my character. Actually, that's not true. Lots of people put bow ties on their characters. But not necessarily giraffes. I don't know if we've heard this song before. I do have 2 hours. Is it 2 hours, 50-something minutes, 4 seconds of music? And so we might start to repeat now. But that's okay with me. I doubt you've been with me the whole stream. Okay, am I supposed to end on a knit? Yes, I am. Go team. All right, that is row 4. And I dropped my, oh, I know what I did. I dropped my plastic thing that had all my stuff in it. This stuff that I don't want to lose any of it. All right, so let me put this stuff back. And then I'll show you what we have so far. And then we're going to check out another streamer. Because I have talked your ear off long enough. So what we have is this part, which is this edge part. Let's see if I can show you closer in better lighting. Okay, so this edge part right there is that part, which probably looks way better when it's all done. So that's what we got. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Better lighting. There we go. So edge, edge. Boom. Okay. Aren't we special? Yes, we are. Okay. All right. Let me tell you who we're going to not raid, but certainly watch. I'm going to go to... One moment, please. I'm going to go to Soft Stone Works. SoftStoneworks. And I'm going to join their stream. And I hope you do too, because they are awesome and fun. So I wish you a lovely, lovely evening or morning or whenever you're watching this.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.